Hello everybody, today is Friday, November 18th. It's 3:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's about 20 minutes before the regular session closed, 25 minutes. And we have another video update for you featuring the BWT Precision Auto Trader. I want to bring over the time and sales. We can see the time here, 3:37 now, the E-mini S&P trading at around 2182. Before I begin, first the required disclaimer. Okay, it was a decent day for the auto trader today. First up is the DAX on the Super 14 tick, and this chart has been featured quite a bit. And just these three trades here pretty much hit its goal, and I believe there was some slippage on the end. The daily goal here is 2,000 on the DAX and a 1,500 loss limit. So notice that our formula is anywhere from 15 to 25% differential between the target and the loss limit for the day. So this FDAX on the 14 tick, this is pretty common looking trade setup. The way it hits its goal, it's almost like we've seen this before. And this doesn't look that big, but this is a 14 tick Super Renko chart, and the DAX is a very rich and volatile market, so it doesn't take much. Okay, next up is the big winner of the day, which is also the DAX, but this is on an actual line break chart, and this is our 34-second line break chart. So you can plot a line break chart, and it can be any period, and basically it plots the line break algorithm in line break bars. Now the BWT line break algorithm is using a limit order of a pullback of 5 ticks, and that's why we see the orders on the line break chart being filled below the close of the bar, and line break bars don't have tails, so it looks like it's in open space, but this bar actually traded down to here and we got filled. Same thing with the exit here is a line break chart only will show the close of the bar. Now if I were to actually plot the BWT line break indicator on the chart, so I just plotted the BWT line break indicator on the chart, and the BWT line break indicator will show the line break signals. In this case, I have it set to 2 line breaks. So the traditional number for a line break chart is 3 line breaks. So here's our line break signal 3 bars back. So in order to get a reversal bar in line break, which is this bar here, we have to get a close above 3 bars ago. Anyway, back to the auto trader. Some pretty nice trades here. There was a couple of small losers, but these are pretty nice winners here on the line break chart. And with the line break indicator plotted, we can clearly see the break of 3 bars back as indicated by the BWT line break indicator. So the BWT line break logic, for example, on a Super Renko chart basically plots the algorithm for this line break chart, which is in the indicator here, and it basically, the auto trader would execute this algorithm but on a different time frame chart. So it could be a tick chart, it could be a minute chart, it could be range bars, and we have coded the BWT line break logic, so it's proven to be very effective. And it's also unique. I don't think any of our competitors know much about line break or have line break logic in their auto traders, but we do, and you've seen it in our videos many times. It's quite effective. So here's another line break chart on the crude. In this case, I have it set to 150 ticks, and this is 3 line breaks. And so here's our beginning equity curve, which starts at 0 every day, because backtesting on line break chart is useless. You cannot backtest line break. You could do it manually, but you can't do it using any kind of backtest. It's just not reliable. Anyway, here's our equity graph, and we had a drawdown of about $250, not too bad. So doing 840 on the 150 tick line break chart. Okay, next up is the crude oil on the Precision Renko with a 300% reversal. Now this is a pretty interesting chart. I want to talk about this for a second. So we are only showing, we're not showing any historical trades. So the equity graph starts at 0 every day. So you can see we started off with 3 really solid winners, but we had a couple of small losers. So our equity high here was above 800. But also want to make the case for in a chart like this with a 300% reversal, when you get a reversal like this, the pullback looks like one big bar, and then once it goes about 20 ticks, it turns into all these bars. So you can't get out up here, but you could manually. You could trail your stop manually as you engage these levels, and you could conceivably get quite a bit more profit, because the difference of the swing high here, 44.97, to where it get out was 44.78, which is almost 20 ticks lower on 2 contracts. That's $400. So it's quite a bit of drawdown. But in order to get the big moves on these charts, you have to allow a lot of room. But the point I'm trying to make is if you were interacting with the auto trader and using our trail stop buttons, you could achieve exits somewhere better than what it does automatically. In other words, you could exit here by tightening your stops using the buttons here. You know, same thing here. This is a differential of about $400 in profit. And so even if you just exited here, you'd be doing pretty good. So the thing is you have to start trailing the stop before it makes the swing high here. And same thing on this third trade. And a trade like this actually had 300 profit on 2 contracts before it ended up taking a loser here. So this trade, for example, went short at 45.53 and went as low as 45.16. So that's about 35 ticks or so. So there was 700 profit on this trade, but it really only netted about $200, $225, but it had as much as 700. So again, with some skill and trailing your stops, you could actually do better on a chart like this with a combination of automated and manual trading here. And I'm not talking about any real complicated manual interference, just clicking the trail stop button, bringing it in closer, or trailing by the higher low, recent high bar or low bar. Pretty simple stuff to just click the button and tighten your stop as the trade is progressing. Okay, next up is the DAX futures mini contract. And this just had a single trade early in the morning and did 350 for the day. This mini contract doesn't have a great deal of volume, but anyway, here's the trade, and then it closed in the afternoon. So it actually held the trade all day and did 350 on 2 contracts in the mini DAX contract. Okay, next up is the E-mini S&P on the Super Renko 6 tick that begins trading at 12:30 p.m. And this is currently long, and it went long at 80.50, and it looks like it went as high as 83. So looks like our equity high here was a couple of $100, and now the market is pulling back. It's about now about 8 minutes before the close. So depending on where this ends up for the day will depend on whether this even pulls a profit or not. It's just approaching break even at this point and maybe turn into a loser. But you never know. At the end of the day like this, it could pop to the upside. Hard to say. Pattern looks down to me, but okay, next up is the E-mini S&P on the 2500 tick chart, and this had a loser and a winner here, resulting in just $125, a modest gain. This is using our line break logic on the tick bars, and you can see that here. You can see our line break signals here. And that's it for today's video. If you'd like to find out more, please visit our website, or please feel free to contact us at systems@bluewavetrading.com. Thank you for watching today.